Hey guys, Mark with Think Insurance, and today I switched up from coffee to something called Liftoff. It's made by Herbalife. Love it. Great drink. Today I want to talk about the Michigan PIP reform and some of the changes that have recently happened. So the title of this video talks about that Michigan reduced again the cost of the personal injury protection. It's actually about 14% lower than it was previously. Effective summer of next year, you're gonna see a 14% decrease. So that's only for the people that chose the unlimited PIP, the personal injury protection. What that did is that there's a fee associated with that. Today it's $100 and it's gonna go down to $84 coming the summer of next year. Now that might not seem like a lot, but what's happened is this is kind of a progression. This is a good step that we're seeing is we're noticing that most people, because the reason that that PIP kicks in when you have the unlimited PIP, it's showing that there's claims that are less than $580,000 on average, because it's really the portion where insurances pay for any medical claims that have happened through a dispute or whatever cause of injury that's being paid out. So what's happening is that fund is getting larger and larger and almost large enough where it doesn't need any more funds, so they're gonna reduce that amount. Keep in mind, this has happened before and it has gone back up. Previously, it was $220 about a year ago at its almost all-time high. So it's gotten way up there. But what's happening is because of all the new laws in Michigan, the new PIP reform, they're allowing different people to opt out of PIP altogether. So those people that don't need the coverage aren't paying those fees, and they're also not the ones that the insurance companies are paying for medical on. Before, you had to have it. It wasn't an option. It was just part of your policy. So if you got injured, then your policy would pay that. And so that naturally caused us to have to pay more money out for that fund to grow, because the people that were seniors and the people that were on Medicaid and Medicare, they used it because it was forced to have. But now that they've taken that part back, they've allowed them to opt out or do a lower medical coverage where that fund isn't being drawn out of as much. And that's why that this has gone way, way down. For those of you that don't do the unlimited PIP, the options that you have, there are 5. You have the unlimited, you have 500,000, 250,000, 250,000 opt-out, 50,000 and complete opt-out, technically 6. The 250 opt-out is an exclusion, so it's kind of the same as the 250. Those are essentially the 5/6 ways that you can buy PIP at. Anything below the unlimited PIP, there's no fee. You don't pay the $100, you don't pay the soon-to-be $84 fee. It is removed because you have a cap on how much your medical can pay out. And if it's not going above that $580,000, then there's no reason that the insurance company would charge you any type of fee for that. Keep in mind, it can go back up if the claims go up and down. That's just something that is possible. It's very unlikely because from what I've seen in the insurance business is a lot of people are opting out. I'm finding that a lot of people that we've insured personally have been the 65 or older group and they have Medicare A and B. So they're going to opt out of that because they technically already have some sort of coverage on that. Now be careful, because when you do that Medicare A and B, you are gonna lose the attendant care. So that's the biggest warning I would give out to anyone that's interested in that. Call your medical provider, make sure that they do long-term care. So if you're at home and you need a wheelchair, if you need a ramp or an elevator, anything that makes your living to the quality that it should be needs to be paid for. And not all of the parts A and B cover that. So be very careful when you're choosing that. Definitely talk to your medical provider there. The last change that a lot of people aren't aware of is more of a correction to some mistakes that are happening. So a lot of the insurance agents don't really have a grasp on what's happened. This happened back in July, so it's been several months, but the insurance companies were kind of forced into making quick changes. And what happened was they weren't prepared. They tried to get the right paperwork, they tried to go the right path. Some did amazing, some did really good and got everything situated, but it made it more difficult for you to buy insurance as a customer. Because of the new laws and the rules, there's a lot of opportunity for fraud. I could say that I don't need any medical and I can opt out and say I have Medicare A and B, but how do we prove that? Right? There's not really a guaranteed way. They'll get the idea because I'm under 65. That's kind of an inclination of me not being qualified for it. And it's typically in 9 out of 10 cases, that's what the qualifier is you're 65 or older, you've got Medicare A and B, and that's the opt-out option. But there's not really a hard stop. So if an agent wasn't thinking about it and just trusted you and went off of the person's word, they could opt out essentially and pay a lot lower cost, but then they're not covered. So it's kind of breaking the rules, breaking the law. It's rate evasion essentially. And so it's really gonna hurt the other people by trying to defraud that. Well, they're fixing that. The insurance companies are quickly realizing that some people are getting through that shouldn't be, and they're finding them. If you're doing it, you're gonna get caught, because they're now forcing us to have signed documents. And on top of that, they're also requiring that most people, if you're going to opt out, if you choose it. So this is where people get frustrated, is that they don't want to prove that they have medical, but that's your choice. If you don't want it, then don't choose it. And so if you choose it, you have to typically show proof of having a medical card. So you're gonna have to show the front and back. Sometimes they might require more information. As long as they can lock it in and stamp it and guarantee that you have the parts A and B, or you have Medicare or Medicaid or whatever opt in or opt out of situation you're at, they need to show proof of that in order to allow you to do that. The other things, if you want to know the specific levels and the order of priorities and all of the stuff that a lot of people are confused with, I'm gonna link up the video that I made about 6 months ago there. You can go ahead and watch that, because it's gonna go through very in-depth every little piece of the puzzle. I didn't break it up into little sections. I'm not going for 1 million views here, guys. It's really just the advice that I can help you guys get out there. Let me know what you think of it. Are you guys excited about the new drop, or is it something that's just another eh? All right, guys, I'm Mark with Think Insurance. I will see you in the next one.